Welcome back everyone to Things You Should Know About Pugs. Today we're going to be covering the topic of shedding. Now I did debunk this myth a little while ago, and fawn pugs specifically, I can't really speak on behalf of black pugs because obviously we've got a fawn one and I'm going to just speak from experience of him, but he sheds so much. Now there are dogs that do shed quite a lot and I wouldn't categorise a pug in that one. I think he deserves his own category of just like top shedder. That's what a pug is. I have never known an animal admit so much hair as he does. The reason for this actually is because fawn pugs have two coats. They have like an undercoat and an uppercoat. So what happens is their undercoat sheds quite a lot, but it gets trapped under the uppercoat. So when you kind of brush him or rub him, it all falls out. Because if they just run around, it won't fall out. Like if they run around the park and stuff, it'll stay in. It's just when you kind of rub them or they rub against your clothes, they all start to come out. So if you're getting a pug, plan on getting a pug, got a pug, the most important thing is to brush him regularly. Now, I'm not talking like twice a week, 3 times a week. I'm talking every day, twice a day. Realistically, that's what you want to be looking at. And I normally brush him a little bit in the morning, and then when I come back from work, I give him a big brush because he's been sleeping all day, so it tends to be that more of his hair comes out then. And then we bath him maybe once every couple of weeks. I mean, so far it's almost been once a month. We normally just do that when he's dirty, but if you do bath him quite regularly and you brush him in the bath, that does get more of the hair out, so you can kind of contain it in that way as well. If you know someone with a pug or you've seen other pugs shed, then you won't know how bad it is. I'd heard that they shed quite a bit, but not to the extent that we actually have experienced. It's really bad, and we've both said that if we knew actually how much he shed, we would have second thought of getting him. There's no second thoughts now we've got him, but we'd have definitely had a bigger decision to make, because Chelsea wears a lot of black for work and I always wear black jeans and generally just dark colours. You know, I'm wearing white today but wearing black pants, so our clothes are ridiculously covered. So every time we go out the house we lint roller ourselves. Now we've got to stash them by the door, so once we put them in his pen we lint roll, get all the hairs of us and go. Our cars are an absolute state. If you ever take them anywhere, it's in your car, so even if you lint roll at home, you get into the car, there's hair everywhere in the car. It's like a never-ending battle of just getting hair off yourself. But pugs are that good that you can kind of almost bypass that as if you can deal with it, that's fine. Some people can't deal with having hair on the stuff. And it's not something that I really thought was going to bother us, but it does bother me quite a bit. It's just a case of, you know, you're going out everywhere and you've always got hairs on all your clothes. It's everywhere. You know, it's all over the house. If you don't regularly hoover the carpets, it can be a nightmare. But in terms of cleaning the house, we've got a little Dyson handheld that goes on the wall, like the cordless ones. Now, we probably clean the kitchen floor, just hoover up all the hairs every night. We hoover the living room floor probably every other night. And it's not just because we're excessively clean people, it's because there's that much hair that it's unbearable if you leave it any longer. You know, we would normally clean the house clean the house once a week. Now we seem to be doing it, cleaning every night. Almost, it's a lot of hard work for something that's not really him. As in, you wouldn't class cleaning the house as looking after your dog, but it is primarily his fault that the house is needing cleaned. And to add to that, they do shed all year round: summer, winter, autumn, the other one spring. But you've also got 2 extra periods where they shed even more, and that's summer and winter. Obviously in summer it's very hot and humid outside, so they do shed a lot more, which is what we're currently in now with Pablo. But then when it gets to winter, you kind of got the autumn where it calms down a bit. You'll still shed continuously during that. It'll calm down though, and then when you get to winter again, you start putting the heating on your house, you'll start to shed again. So it's never ending. I may make it sound quite bad, and it is really bad. It's just if you can cope with it. If you can cope with it, it shouldn't really matter to anyone. But if you can't cope with it, it is really bad, to be honest. If you are planning on getting a pug or wanting a pug, then one of the main things you should get when you buy a pug is definitely a very decent hoover, an animal hair hoover of any variety. You know, you need something very powerful that's going to get them out the carpet, because we've got grey carpets and you can't see the hair at all. But if you get down to ground level, there is like a full layer right across the top. And we've got a Dyson Animal, so it's purely for animal hair. That's what it's designed for, and even that sometimes struggles to get all of it up because there is just so much that's in the carpet, and if you don't do it regularly, it gets embedded in and it will be there for a long time. But that's going to be today's video about shedding. If you find anything useful, please do let us know. If you've got any comments about anything or you want recommendations for brushes or anything like that, then do drop a comment down below. We'll reply to them. We'll try and help you out as much as possible. We're here to share our experience with you. So any questions, I'll try and answer them as best as possible. And leave us a like. That does help me out. Helps me out to see what you guys like. So I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.